A forest is filled with an amazing variety of living organisms. Some are easy to see, others you have to look closely to find them. You can find organisms like trees, wildflowers, or different types of insects. Even though these organisms vary in size and function, they all have something in common. They are all made up of cells. Hi, and welcome back. In today's science video, I'm going to explain how did scientists discover cells. Discovering cells. Cells are the basic units of structure and function in living things. This means that cells form the parts of an organism and carry out all of an organism's processes or functions. Cells and structure. When you describe the structure of an object, you describe what it's made of and how its parts are put together. The structure of many buildings, for example, are determined by the way in which bricks, steel beams, and other materials are arranged. The structures of living things are determined by the amazing variety of ways in which cells are put together. Cells and function. The function of an organism includes obtaining oxygen, getting rid of wastes, obtaining food, and growing. Cells are involved in all of these functions. For example, cells in your digestive system absorb food. The food provides your body with energy and materials needed for growth. Size of cells. Cells are so small that they are measured in units called micrometers. 1 micrometer is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. Each one of your red blood cells is about 7 micrometers across. The picture shows human skin cells. To give you an idea of their size, 1 square centimeter of your skin surface contains more than 100,000 cells. No matter how closely you look with your eyes alone, you won't be able to see the individual cells in your skin. Cells are usually visible only through a microscope. First observations of cells. Until the late 1600s, no one knew cells existed because there was no way to see them. Around 1590, the invention of the microscope enabled people to look at very small objects. The invention of the microscope made it possible for people to discover and learn about cells. Robert Hooke. One of the first people to observe cells was the English scientist and inventor Robert Hooke. Hooke built his own compound microscope, which was one of the best microscopes of his time. In 1663, Hooke used his microscope to observe the structure of a thin slice of cork. Cork, the bark of the cork oak tree, is made up of cells that are no longer alive. To Hooke, the empty spaces in the cork look like tiny rectangular rooms. Therefore, Hooke called the empty spaces cells, which is a word meaning small rooms. Anton van Leeuwenhoek. At about the same time that Robert Hooke made his discovery, Anton van Leeuwenhoek also began to observe tiny objects with microscopes. Leeuwenhoek was a Dutch businessman who sold clothes. In his spare time, he built simple microscopes. Leeuwenhoek looked at drops of lake water, scrapings from teeth and gums, and water from rain gutters. In many materials, Leeuwenhoek was surprised to find a variety of tiny organisms. Leeuwenhoek noted that many of these tiny organisms move. Some whirl, some hop, and some shot through water like fast fish. He called these moving organisms animalcules, meaning little animals. The development of the cell theory. Three German scientists made especially important contributions to knowledge about cells. These scientists were Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow. These three scientists come up together to create the cell theory, which is a widely accepted explanation of the relationship between cells and living things. The cell theory states: 1. All living things are made up of cells. 2. Cells are the basic units of structure and function in living things. 3. All cells are produced from other cells. Unicellular and multicellular. Organisms may be composed of only one cell or many trillions of cells. Unicellular or single-cell organisms include bacteria, the most numerous organisms on Earth. Multicellular organisms are composed of many cells. In multicellular organisms, cells are often organized into tissues, organs, and organ systems. A tissue is a group of similar cells that work together to perform a specific function. For example, your brain is mostly made up of nervous tissue, which consists of nerve cells. An organ, such as your brain, is made up of different kinds of tissues that work together. In addition to nervous tissue, your brain contains other kinds of tissue that support and protect it. Your brain is part of your nervous system, an organ system that directs body activities and processes. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform a major function. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, bye!